6 hearings, the truth about the hearings, and the testimonies were riveting. There were so many different people that testified, and I got a chance to spend some time with Representatives Escobar from Texas and Representative Levin from California. And one thing is clear. Everyone understands what's at stake, right? One of the things that I want to make clear is what the Democrats have the power to do and what they don't have the power to do. And right now, they actually don't have a lot of technical power. But you know what they do have? They have us. They have people. Hey, girl. Hey, Keisha, girl. They have people that are dedicated to the truth, because at the end of the day, this is what we're up against. It's sowing doubt versus telling the truth. And a Republican, Lieutenant Governor Duncan, said the truth is the truth. And yes, the truth is true. And what the other side does very well is sow doubt, right? We can talk about them telling the truth and not telling the truth all day long, but at the end of the day, the real impact, the real consequence is doubt. So what do? What's our part in this? How do we help correct this epidemic of doubt in our country? This epidemic of doubt that keeps people at home? The millions upon millions upon millions of folks that stayed home and did not vote? Because those people doubt, right? And like Representative Escobar said, we have to work to regain the American people's trust. And I agree 1000%. Because I always point out to people, it wasn't so much about Black voters swinging a little bit more to the right or other groups, other communities. It's about the people that stayed home. It's about voter turnout. Folks like me, folks like you who are listening to me right now, you're going to go vote. You're going to do your civic duty. Y'all are not the issue. Right? We have to reach people who are like, what's the point? Why vote? It's all the same. That's who we have to reach. The doubters. The epidemic of doubt in this country is how we got here. One of the reasons how we got here. Racism, sexism, all those things, but the epidemic of doubt. And I feel reinvigorated because that's part of the problem that I can try to do something about. I can try to do something about the epidemic of doubt by telling the truth and offering as much fact and details as possible without being dry and boring, because let's keep it real. Don't nobody want to listen to somebody that's going to put them to sleep. So it's about who's communicating. What are we communicating? I had a conversation with someone. Yes, we have to reach Americans globally too. I agree with you. I was just talking to someone about how one of the things that I want to see different is us getting ahead of messaging instead of constantly chasing what the White House has done. The reactive, rapid response is nothing but chasing our tails around, and I'm tired of it. We have not gotten in front of any message. Well, I take that back. The one message that really, really resonated with the American people was healthcare. And unfortunately, ACA subsidies, the big, beautiful bill, all those things, we weren't able to get tangible wins, but we got really, really close. And the next time, that means we're going to get that win. But I truly, 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 from the bottom of my heart, I'm tired of responding and reacting to a headline. I am not a rapid response type of person anyway. I'm more of a content person, because I like, engaging people, thought-provoking conversations, and this whole rapid response. And first of all, I'm not a journalist, so I'm not even all that interested in doing rapid response anyway, but we need to get ahead of the message. We need to offer the American people a vision forward. It can't just be about why Trump is awful. That's out there, y'all. There are no shocks. There are no surprises. There are no shocks. There are no surprises. What is the person that's sitting at home thinking it's all the same? How are their minds being changed? How are they being engaged? And they can't be engaged 5 minutes before an election. I know I'm not the only person to say that, but I feel like more and more of us need to say that constantly. The ground game needs to be 24/7. The comm strategy. What is the comm strategy? So these are just some of the things that I'm leaving today's hearings with, some questions. And infuriated, I'm not gonna lie. Those hearings pissed me off. When you listen to testimony from people who thought they were gonna die, people who were harmed, and when you hear Nancy Pelosi just moved me as a Christian. The first thing out of this woman's mouth was, I still pray for Donald Trump. Come on, y'all. That's faith. That's faith. When have you ever heard Donald Trump say he praying for anybody? It was powerful. And sitting like cat-a-corner to Harry Dunn, the brave, real patriots, real heroes who were in that room today. The one Sixer who is now committed to going around the country and talking to people about why she participated in 1-6 and why it was wrong. There were Republicans who testified. Adam Kinzinger, of course, the Lieutenant Governor Duncan. And it was also reiterated today, and we've heard this a few times, that Republicans apparently know that this is a foobar, that this is effed up beyond. But the same sort of courage and strength that we have to muster to save our country, they don't seem to have it. No, he doesn't care about religion. It's BS. And I'm tired of these people saying that they are law and order, back the blue, and God. Nothing that they do is of God. Nothing that they do is of peace, of love. Everything that's happened has been destruction, dismantling, punishment, retribution. There is nothing that is happening with this administration that mimics the life, works, and words of Jesus Christ. Nothing. Anyhow, I just wanted to share a few thoughts after the hearing because it was on my mind and it's on my heart. But I need to pay attention so I can get to my next thing. I'm going to say this last thing. I asked Rep. Escobar, and you'll see when I post our interview, if she thought that we were going to have elections in 2026. And she said, yes, but they're going to pull out every single stop. And how do we counter it? Well, Trump is already out there talking about it. So clearly the messaging is reaching him that we know he's going to pull some shenanigans. He's going to pull some shenanigans to try and interfere with our elections. So I know that many of us see that coming. What's the plan to stop that? I don't know. But one thing that I do think will help is education and community. And what I mean by that is educating people on what current laws are and aren't, how people can be safe at the polls, and educating folks in a way that isn't preaching, that isn't looking down, but just really spending time with folks and figuring out how can I make your life better? It's that simple. How can I make your life better? All right, y'all. For those of us that are out there in these politics streets, 26, y'all, we here. It's time to roll up our sleeves and get to work. Y'all already see it. It's what? The 6th day in January. And honey, I am out here with a vengeance. I am not playing. You hear me? I am not playing. All right, y'all. That's it. Y'all gonna hear more from me, but I just wanted to check in with y'all and give y'all this little update. Now I got to get to my next spot. Bye, y'all.